Out thousands of dollars.
We don't have a lot of money. We're living off of Social Security.
Coloradans say they paid big bucks to a contractor who left them high and dry.
She knows what she did. She knows that she stole our money.
Tonight, they're getting their warning out to contact Denver 7.
RVs and trash lining Denver streets.
We're tired of the needles, the bottles of urine and feces.
Tonight, we're exploring solutions to a problem neighbors say is getting worse.
Welcome back, beer lovers.
This is like our home. This is the home of Coors Banquet. It's the home of Coors Light.
Tours return to a Colorado staple. And we begin tonight with Colorado families out tens of thousands of dollars now taking legal action.
They say a contractor took their deposits for a house project before closing up shop and taking their money with her.
Tonight, two of those families are sharing their stories with Contact Denver 7's Rob Harris.
I think that
Even Tom Harris knew their living quarters would be a little cramped when they sold their home and moved into this one-bedroom apartment. But it was supposed to be very temporary.
The original thing was for us to sell our house and build an addition to my daughter's house so that in our old age, and we're in old age, we would have a place to stay and someone to take care of us.
The whole family was on board with that plan. So daughter Trey found a contractor online.
We heard that she was good and they liked her when they talked to her, and she was not as expensive as the other ones.
A cheaper quote than some others, but still more than $80,000 up front for a nearly $400,000 project. The Harrises say Kelsey Lyons and her firm Kelsmack LLC tore down a fence, paid an architect, and then stopped working and stopped responding to messages for weeks at a time.
I felt horribly disappointed. This is a gal that we had met with, we enjoyed talking with her, but she deserves to be processed. My husband's 82. I'm 76. We don't have a lot of money. We're living off of Social Security. You know, she really raked us over the coals.
So you see it's already been demoed. So this was a smaller room.
The Harrises aren't alone. Carolyn Singer is also suing Kelsmack. This hole in her daughter's backyard was supposed to be a new addition to the home by now. A new contractor's taken over the project, while Singer fights to get their initial deposit of more than $25,000 back from Kelsey Lyons.
She knows what she did. She knows that she stole our money, whether it was intentional or she got caught up, was too highly leveraged. It doesn't matter. It's my money. Go earn your money in an honest way.
Both the Harrises and Singer thought they'd done their due diligence, finding Lyons on the app BuildZoom, which connects users with contractors for home projects. And both said they were impressed when they had initial conversations with her about the projects they were pursuing. But then their contacts dropped off, until they got this message in their inboxes in December, saying Kelsmack had ceased operations and obtained an attorney. Now both families and at least two others are lawyering up themselves and taking her to court.
If we have to go to court in a lawsuit, hey, I'll pay the price. I'm not only a senior citizen, but I'm a damn good soldier, proved in combat, and she just disrespected all that. And I think that hurt me more than anything else.
Now, I reached out to the contractor Kelsey Lyons on LinkedIn. She did respond, but only said she wouldn't comment on pending litigation. We also reached out to the BuildZoom app. They have not commented on this case either. Jacqueline.
Wow. Feel for those people. Thank you, Rob. If you have a story you'd like our Contact Denver 7 team to look into, it would be our pleasure to do so. You can reach us by calling this number or send an email to contact7@thedenverchannel.com. New tonight out of Aurora, 2 people dead after being hit by cars on Colfax. Police say one person was hit tonight while crossing Colfax near Children's Hospital, and that when a Good Samaritan stopped to help, that person was also hit by another vehicle and killed. The first driver stayed to help, but the second did not stop. Right now, investigators do not have a description for the hit-and-run car.
And a 14-year-old girl has died after an early morning shooting in East Denver. Police are called to the area of East Montview and Ulster. 14-year-old Eris Mayberry was pronounced dead at the scene. A second person, also a teen, was taken to the hospital. Denver police are investigating the shooting as a homicide. So far, no word on any arrests. Russia continues to widen its attack on Ukraine. Today, Lviv, in the western part of the country, was hit with missiles for the first time. Officials say those missiles were fired from the Black Sea, hundreds of miles away. U.S. defense believes with Russian ground forces stalled, Moscow is having to resort to long-range attacks. Now, here in the U.S., today President Biden talked with Chinese President Xi Jinping for the first time since the invasion. And the president once again warned China not to provide military support to Russia.
China has to make a decision for themselves about where they want to stand and how they want the history books to look at them and view their actions.
Beijing and Moscow have repeatedly denied reports that Russia has asked China to help in its invasion of Ukraine.
Leaders from Colorado's Black community are meeting virtually to discuss important topics to their community. And we talked with John Bailey, the director of the Colorado Black Roundtable. He says the aim of the event is to bring Black organizations together to find ways to collaborate.
With the pandemic having kept many of us in the house or limited in person, some leadership thought that it would be good to bring the different Black community organizations together with elected officials and just talk about how important we are as a community, how important our organizations are.
And the Colorado Black leadership discussion will continue tomorrow morning with special remarks from Denver Mayor Michael Hancock.
Home values are skyrocketing, creating more wealth for homeowners. However, some say they're concerned that that wealth isn't always distributed equally. Jennifer Greenfield at the University of Denver says homes in Black neighborhoods are often valued much lower than homes in white neighborhoods, and she says it doesn't stop there.
And, in recent years, we've seen come in lower, even in the same neighborhood, the same home is appraised lower when it is perceived as being owned by a Black family versus a white family.
Greenfield says solutions to this problem are complicated, but she believes by investing more in Black communities, we can help narrow the wealth gap.
One of the things that needs to happen is that there needs to be significant investment in helping Black families and low-income families in general to be able to afford down payments to be able to make those purchases.
Greenfield says she would also like to see an overhaul of the mortgage lending and appraisal process, as well as steps to make housing more fair to help families build wealth. Earlier this month, Denver 7 told you about a problem in Denver's Ruby Hill neighborhood. Multiple people living in RVs lining the streets along with piles of trash. Well, today neighbors and nearby business owners say the problem is only getting worse.
And as Denver 7's Patrick Perez explains, a solution that the city hopes to have soon.
From the corner of his office, Mark Holligan keeps a watchful eye on the growing caravan of broken down RVs and trailers parked outside.
Some people are actually down on their luck, but most of these people are young, healthy males or females that could totally be working.
Mark saw the story we did 2 weeks ago about the problems he and other business owners say these RV dwellers are causing within Denver's Ruby Hill neighborhood.
We're tired of the needles, the bottles of urine and feces that we got to look at, and it's just a bad look on the street. It's a bad look for Denver.
And the problem seems to have only gotten worse with more RVs moving in, especially here on South Huron Street.
The cops that do come out here, man, we understand they're handcuffed as well because they want to help us, but they say it's like shoveling water. There's nothing they can do.
The city of Denver has somewhat of a solution to this problem. It's called the Safe Parking Program. It would essentially allow people living in cars and in RVs to park somewhere safely, and they can eventually be connected to services and get into permanent housing and off the streets.
Yeah.
Angie Nelson with Denver's Department of Housing Stability says the city is currently seeking proposals from groups interested in operating the site.
It typically leverages a temporary site and gives people a safe place to park their vehicles, but also a platform from which people can engage in services and support.
The site would hopefully have a place for people to use the bathroom and shower and a place to meet with case managers. A much better setup than being parked along the street and across from businesses.
It's, by federal definition, a place called unfit for human habitation. And so from a policy standpoint, we want to make sure everyone in Denver has a safe, stable place to be.
Mark is open to whatever solves a problem.
If Denver offers something or a better alternative than them parking on our streets and junking up our neighborhoods, we would fully support that.
The soonest a safe parking site could possibly open is June. Patrick Perez, Denver 7.
And Denver City Council member Jolon Clark, whose district includes Ruby Hill, tells Denver 7 that his office is working closely with Denver Police and the mayor's office to resolve this issue.
We get 2 mild and dry days, and then another snowstorm is on the way.
Feeling the pinch at the pump and at the grocery store. How lawmakers want to save Coloradans some money.
Tours return to the Coors Brewery. What you need to know before you head out to Golden.
And the Broncos introduce another big off-season addition.